and individuals. Why don't we, Speaker, you guided yesterday, the scientific way of making decisions. You look at cause and effect. And let me add, in the theory of relativity, if you take action, you expect a reaction. Why are we concentrating on the effects without answering the question, who threw the stone on the convoy of the president? Who did it? Was he alone? Did he have others? Mr. Speaker, what was the motive behind throwing this stone? Don't they know by annoying a president, by ridiculing him, by alarming him, they commit an offense? Why don't you allow? No, this report is defective unless you answer the cause of what sparked off the consequences we are suffering from. We are wasting our time, Mr. Speaker. Is it in order? Is it in order, Mr. Speaker, for members of this parliament to filibuster, to obstructively engage you and almost exhausting your patience, and once you have adjourned the parliament twice, 3 times because of obstruction? Is it in order? Surely, we can't come here.
Honorable members, we are trying to deal with a situation that is not very normal. We are trying to get the best out of it that will bring this house together and bring this country together. We don't want to inflate anything by what we say or some of the decisions we can make. We want to bring healing by what we do. And healing means there should be justice and accountability. There should be justice and accountability. This is what we are drawing towards. The victims must receive justice. Whoever is responsible for victimizing them must account for their actions. That's why we are here. And there are ways of doing this. We don't want the popular way of doing things. We want the correct way of doing things. The popular way may not necessarily be right. So we want to do it properly so that when the people are doing their job, they know that we are also waiting, we are also anxious, and they'll come and report to us that this is what we have done. If we have problems with it, we can pick it from there. Procedure.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and Leader of Opposition. We have moved miles on this issue this evening, and we actually now have a common ground where justice will be dispensed in an orderly manner. Wouldn't it be procedure right, Mr. Speaker? Now that you have proposed, members have proposed and you are guiding, and the Prime Minister has committed that within 1 month he will come back to this House and report on the progress we are making in terms of investigations and the actions that have been taken on whoever will be found and from whichever side of the issue. Wouldn't it be procedure right, Mr. Speaker, that now that we have reached this level, in a very bipartisan manner, and we are moving forward, isn't it the right time now, Mr. Speaker, that this debate can close at this mood of the House so that we move from this House when actually we are on the common ground?
That's what I was proposing. As leader of the opposition, can I wrap this up? The honorable member had sought procedural issue also. Can you deal with it, then I see how to wind this up. Microphone?
Right Honorable Speaker, I take your guidance with relief because it leads us somewhere. There seems to be two issues. The first is who does the investigation. And as you rightly guided, that the institutional mechanisms be given a chance. The only guidance that I would seek is one, from the statement of the Prime Minister. He has already justified what his men did, and he's the government representative, official representative in Parliament. He has already praised them. The minister responsible for security, my brother was guided yesterday that he's actually my father, the Honorable General Eli Tumwine, has already justified what his men did. And yesterday, I restrained a member who was telling me that the Honorable Tumwine himself is not free from violence. I did restrain that member. He reminding me of the past when he was alleged to have assaulted another member. And I gave him the benefit of age. Yes. You know, it is age I respect because I'm yet to get there. I would seek your guidance on whether under those circumstances, it would not be proper to get an independent body. Not to punish, but to heal. And that healing process, because this is a parliamentary process, now when we get our own process and hand it over, in that process, the players could be under investigation. Take the example. Colonel Don Nabasa assigned to investigate his men. There is a question of command and responsibility, which may also be a subject of investigation. How is he going to, you make life difficult for him. How is he going to investigate? If you are talking about, I'm seeking guidance. If you're talking about the CDF, my brother David Muhoozi, I'm seeking guidance, I will not be informed. If you're talking about my brother David Muhoozi, the CDF, assuming in the investigation he's supposed to be investigated, don't you find it difficult, Mr. Speaker? Would it not be persuasive to our colleagues that we assign an independent body? The Prime Minister is on record, he has where he belongs. The Minister is on record, he has where he belongs. The President is on record, he has where he belongs. They have all justified. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I normally seek guidance from the Honorable Guma Gumisiriza because of his seniority, but not at least not today. But for now, the President has also given his version. Since we started talking about this issue, the killing of Yasin Kauma has been avoided by the state. Would you not guide that we get somebody to do it independently? Thank you.
Honorable members. We are all in this country, and we have witnessed things that have happened in this country. I never intended to mention this, but now we all know that the person who was commanding the entire police is under prosecution. And it's a full general in the military. It did not take any intervention from us for them to do this. You see, there is the decent way of doing these things. And that's what I am calling for. We are all here. 1 month is 3 weeks. It's 30 days. Calculating in hours, it's not that long. We give the government that chance for the institutions that are in this sector to do their job, failing which we activate our other processes. But first, let's give them a chance. That's all I'm proposing. And because of that, I was going to propose this. Please, please. Well, I was just going to propose this. This would be a good way to end this debate. That the House resolves that those individuals and state institutions that are complicit, maybe we should say the House resolves that those individuals that are complicit in the derogation of human rights and dignity should be investigated and punished. Should be investigated, prosecuted, and punished. And that the Right Honorable Prime Minister report to the House on the actions taken within 1 month. That's okay? I'll put the question to this. Will those in favor say aye? To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Thank you. Next item. Procedure.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to raise this matter of procedure. And I rise on 2 issues which arose before and after this report was presented. And the 2 issues are, 1, my involvement as a member of the ad hoc committee. It was yesterday raised by Honorable Adress, Aringa South constituency, and this afternoon by another honorable member who was seated there, and he specifically mentioned my name. Mr. Speaker, I would like to put it on record that I did not in any way solicit to be on this committee while it was being formed here in this August House. And that I was informed after the House was adjourned by Honorable Both that I had been requested to be on the committee, and therefore we should go to the Speaker's chambers, to which, Mr. Speaker, I complied, and indeed the Speaker informed me of her decision to bring me on board after having a discussion with Honorable Oboth. And I did not object to her assignment of me on this ad hoc committee. And it's true, Mr. Speaker, that I traveled with this ad hoc committee to Gulu and witnessed whatever the committee has reported. Mr. Speaker, the second issue I want to put on record is the question of my signature on the signature page of this report, which was also queried here. Mr. Speaker, on the day we agreed that we should, as ad hoc committee, sit and look through the report before we sign it, I had a trip to Rome, and indeed, in the morning I came, it was on a Monday, I came and sat with the committee, we looked through the report, and I was in agreement with most of the issues that were raised, and I asked if the committee can excuse me to leave because my flight was in the afternoon, check-in was at 1 p.m. So I requested that they allow me to sign the signature page while leaving the other pages of the report because the clerk was yet to reproduce them with the corrections. And I did exactly that. I was given the permission. I signed the signature page and left for the airport. And precisely that is the correct version as far as my involvement in this, the production of this report is concerned. And I have no any other ulterior motive other than the terms of reference that were given by this August House. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member, for correcting the record. Not on this issue, please. Not on this issue. I think that is clear. He has explained. We cannot open it up for the next item.
Item number 4, bills second reading.
Honorable Minister. Proceed, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, we've had some consultations with the Right Honorable Prime Minister regarding this bill on the Uganda National Health Laboratory Services Bill. And we are, as you know, having some discussions at cabinet level. We want to request that this matter be shelved for the meantime as we consult internally. At an appropriate time, Right Honorable Speaker, we shall update you on our decisions at cabinet level.
Honorable Minister, are you consulting on the committee report? What are you consulting on? Because the committee has examined this matter. The committee has examined this matter and they are ready to report. If there are issues of consultation that relate to things that are not part of what Parliament has already done, do we still have to hold this bill on the floor?
No, Right Honorable Speaker, they are on some of the issues which are in the report, and we are requesting, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, may I know this exodus of the...
Right Honorable Speaker, the committee has produced its report, which we have looked at. And Right Honorable Speaker, you are aware that government right now is trying to rationalize boards and certain institutions, and this is why we are requesting that we stay discussion on this until we have discussed this internally.
So what are we going to stay? What are we going to stay? You guide me. What are you asking me to stay?
Right Honorable Speaker, I request that we stay the second reading of this report until at an appropriate time when we are ready. Right Honorable Speaker.
Chair.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The issue at stake is about establishing an authority, and I think that is what is contentious. And if we remove the authority from the bill collapses, 80% of it goes. So I would propose that the minister withdraws the bill and they go back and sit and formulate another one. That is the best way forward. Unless if cabinet changes its decision and agrees that they are going to authorize another authority to be formed.
Right Honorable, please.
Right Honorable Speaker, it's true, as we have heard from both the Minister and the Chair of the committee, government is reviewing parastatals, bodies and authorities with a view to merging a number of them and absorbing some in their mother ministries to really streamline the running of government and also minimize expenditure, and above all, improve service delivery. So I think the view that Cabinet should first of all handle the work it is doing and do more consultations on this matter is appropriate. Now the issue is, should the bill be withdrawn or should it be deferred to a later time? I think it would be more realistic to defer it because Cabinet is now in the process, actually, has already started discussing this matter, and within the next couple of weeks, the matter should have been concluded. Then after that, Right Honourable Speaker, this August House can be authoritatively advised on the next step to be taken. I thank you, sir.
See, Right Honourable Prime Minister, this is not to say the Cabinet should not look at this again. Now, once the Cabinet has looked at it again, are we going to send it back to committee? Because those will be new issues. Those will be new issues. The committee is ready with the report that is uploaded already here. So when you come back from Cabinet, are we going to send those issues back to committee? Because if the issue will substantially affect the deal, it might be smarter to take it back, review it, plug in all that you need to do, and then come back with it when it is in a different form. It will be smarter. But if you think it is a smart way to do it,
Right Honourable Speaker, your advice is taken.
Thank you. Right Honourable Minister, would you like to move the House to give you leave to withdraw this bill?
Yes, Right Honourable Speaker, as Honourable both has said, painfully yes, I want to request that the House gives us leave to withdraw the Uganda National Health Laboratory Services Bill that we had presented to this House.
Thank you. Is the motion seconded? Seconded by the member for Oyam North, Minister for Lands, the Honourable Minister in charge of Security, General Eletumine, Honourable Moses Chizige, member for Bugabula, Honourable Oboth, member for West Budama South. So the motion is seconded. Do we need to debate this motion, or should I put the question? Honourable members, I'll put the question to the motion proposed by the Minister that the bill entitled the Uganda National Health Laboratory Services Bill 2016 be withdrawn, that the House grants her leave to withdraw. Will those in favor say to the contrary? No. The ayes have it. Next item. Next item.
Item number 5, Bill's second reading.
Honourable Minister. Honourable Minister.